I first heard about David in the 1990s when I was working with foster children and with Foster Care Alumni of America through his work on child protection laws. It was no surprise for me when he was the leader of my landmark advanced course. Dave is literally an inspiring and influential character. It is due to his influence that I moved forward in my growth and development with landmark education. He connected me not only to the memories of the last moments with my parents, both of them died in my presence, but also to a connection that led me into becoming an end of life doula and changing my life forever. I share this with you because I know there are thousands of stories just like mine, and each one of us has gone on to influence thousands more. David, David has touched through his work, he has done millions of life. And David is not stopping. He is now empowering communities to thrive, working with the program Another Way to Go to provide principles and tools allowing people to create lives of freedom, integrity, responsibility, contribution, and leadership. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you David Cunningham.
Hello, everyone. Hello, and welcome to this great, great day. Welcome each and every one of you. As we begin the day together, please bring to mind that a small group of people from time to time have been the catalyst for a turning point in human history, a turning point in the way society lives, a turning point in the quality of all of our lives. In American society, a small group of people signed the Declaration of Independence. A small group of people marched with Dr. King from Selma to Montgomery. Now, it's not just any group of people. It's a group of people dedicated to a future of freedom. It's a group of people inspired by grace. It's a group of people with selfless courage and called by a godly vision. So now look at the people you're in this conference with. Take a moment. I invite you to go on gallery view for just a moment and see who you are here in this conference with. We are such a group of people coming together for prisons to partnerships. Yes, indeed. We come together dedicated to a future of freedom, inspired by grace, with selfless courage and called by a godly vision. So come to this conference and let your heart be full today. Let your heart be full of hope. Let your heart be full of joy. Let your heart be full of love. A turning point in our society is coming. You can hear the rumblings. Yes, a turning point from prisons to partnerships is coming. Now, any person's power is a function of how much they're listened to. Mahatma Gandhi had extraordinary power, not because he was large in stature, he was small. Not because he was rich and wealthy, he was not. Why did Mahatma Gandhi have such extraordinary power? Because he was listened to by the whole world. Our power as well will come from being listened to. No matter how brilliant we are, and no matter how much human decency is on our side, if we are not listened to, we will have no power. So we must have ourselves listened to. To be listened to, it's important that we see everyone as our partnership. No matter who they are and what they've said and done in the past. The new partnerships, the innovative partnerships, the powerful, productive partnerships we are creating, we must invite people from all walks of life across this country to join this movement. Way back in the 1980s, when I was a director of the National Committee for Prevention of Child Abuse, and we were for the very first time in this country trying to start a movement to prevent child abuse. We had to bring people together that usually would not come together. parents who had abused their children, parents at risk of abusing their children, the medical community, the legal community, the justice system, social services, school officials, mayors, city councils, state and federal legislators, governors, the media, and children who had been abused. We had to bring them all together. Why? So something new could happen for children and families that had never happened before. And as a nation, we became authentically engaged in preventing child abuse. So now, prisons to partnerships, it's our time. It's our time to bring everyone together and say there's a world that we want to create. A world where prison opens doors, does not close them. A world where we're part of a community, not separate. A world where neighbors and neighborhoods see the God in everyone and take each soul in versus send them away. A world where we invest more in opportunities than we do in corrections. For this to happen, our voice must be a voice of possibility. It cannot only merely be a voice of complaint. Though there is much that we can complain about, we must offer new solutions. We must be standing for a new possibility. And our voice must be a voice of love. People never listen to anyone they do not experience being loved and respected by. Think about it. Did you ever have somebody that you did not experience that they respected you? You did not experience that they loved you, and yet they tried to influence you. Did you want to listen to them? Not at all. So our voice must be a voice of possibility, and it must be a voice of love. We want to be known for our love. Dr. King said, love is the greatest force in the universe. It is the heartbeat of the moral cosmos. He who loves is in the being of God. Let's be clear. Any opposition, any cynicism that comes our way only proves that we exist. When the LGBTQ community first made its presence known, there was great opposition, which only arose because the community existed. You and your commitment have to exist for there to be any opposition to it. So if any opposition or any schism comes our way, fear not. Back down, not at all. And let's have our voice heard. So let's be clear, there are only two real enemies. We only have two real enemies. The first one would be our own righteousness. If we judge, if we condemn, if we resent, we will not build partnerships. Can we please step outside the usual paradigm that someone is right and someone is wrong? Can we please acknowledge that everyone has a view of life? No two people have the same view. We can appreciate different views without calling the others wrong. Only when we respect another's view as possible can we offer our view as a new possibility to be considered. And can we honor the concerns of others as their concerns? If we do not take care of the concerns of others, how can we expect them to have regard for our concerns? Administrators have administration concerns. Politicians have political concerns. Business people have business concerns. Neighbors have neighborhood concerns. And we have our concerns. True partnerships address the concerns of everyone involved. Another lesson to learn is that anger comes from fear. Anger comes from fear. Have you ever been driving and someone swerved in front of you and you found yourself yelling at them in anger? Notice that the instant before the anger, you were afraid. If someone is angry, they are afraid. So if someone's angry, they're afraid. That's why the antidote for another's anger is compassion. When another knows that they're safe with us, their anger subsides. Now, all of this is obvious when we love. Maybe to love, you need to learn compassion. Maybe to love, you need to learn forgiveness, not condoning, not approval, but forgiving, giving up resentment. When I forgive, I give you my love back like I gave it before anything happened. I choose to live a loving life versus a resenting life. Maybe to love, we need to learn acceptance. Not making something okay that is not okay, but having something be what it is. Having it be what it is and what it's not, period. If it's raining and I accept that it's raining, I don't say it's okay that it's raining. I don't say that it's horrible that it's raining. I say it's raining. And then I interact powerfully with that fact. That's acceptance. So for the partnerships we want to build, we may need to accept others, what they say, what they do. And we may need to accept our own reactions to what they say and what we do, neither making any of it right or any of it wrong, but having it all be exactly what it is, period, and interacting powerfully with what people are doing and what people are saying, period. The partnerships we envision and say we're here for must be built on love and respect, compassion, and acceptance for one another. If that is the quality of life we want in the partnerships, then that is what the partnerships must be made of. The only other real enemy we have besides our own righteousness would be our resignation. It is easy today to be resigned. Everything can look too messed up. Everything can look too historic, too hard, too solid, too immutable, too rigid, too terrifying. But remember, there was a point in this country not too long ago where a woman's right to vote looked impossible. There was a point in this country not too long ago where desegregated schools looked impossible. There was a point in this country where gay marriage looks impossible. And now it may look like the prison system is so entrenched politically, so entrenched institutionally, so entrenched industrially, and so entrenched in public opinion that everything you and I want looks impossible. But that is not and never will be true. Maya Angelou said, history, despite its wrenching pain, cannot be unlived. But if faced with courage, need not be lived again. Yes, we have a history filled with pain. And yes, we have a future that may right now only exist in our hearts and only exist in our vision, but will be made real in our new partnerships. Our vision will be made real in the new partnerships we forge with courage. Real evidence of our victory may not come for a while. That is what it is to stand for something. To stand for something is to say it's possible with no evidence. So let us neither be righteous nor reasonable, but let us use this day, this great day, to come together to address all of our concerns. Let us use our collective heart, our collective experience, our collective expertise, our collective resources to stand for new partnerships that are actually a new society. Let's learn to build together this world of health. Let's learn to build together this world of freedom. Let's learn to build together this world of dignity and opportunity and the achievement that we envision. And let us learn to build together this world of neighborhoods that breed hope and opportunity for all. Thank you for being in this conference. Bless you for being here. Now let's listen to each other, learn from each other, inspire each other. And may history look back on this small group of people on this day and say that today was a turning point in the way society lives, a turning point in the quality of all of our lives. So welcome to Prisons to Partnerships Education and Action Conference 2024. Welcome, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, David. What do I say to that? Thank you for inspiring us to set our sights high, to work together, perhaps with groups or organizations that we may have considered not in alignment with us, especially with those, and taking action, working to take care of the concerns of others through partnerships and interacting powerfully with what is, stepping outside of the box of right and wrong, good and bad, and instead looking at what works and what doesn't work. Thank you for that.